Hello everybody, my name is Welcome. Hello everyone. We're playing some Spire 2 today. So I hope you enjoyed this game. We're gonna do something special. You just need to be able to change the description here in Twitch. And that should be it. Can you guys hear me well? Hello Strike, I see you on Twitch. And hello both Ash and Clover, I see you on YouTube. What is up? Can you guys hear me well? So today we're gonna do a little challenge here on Spire 2. We're gonna try to do all of the Defect's ascensions from Ascension 0 to Ascension 10 in a single stream, or at least in a single day. Because I don't know if I will be able to hang on for so many hours on stream. I will guess you guys can hear me, maybe a bit too much. to startle me, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Clover. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fun, but is it worth it? Probably not. But I always have fun startling people and just being a general nuisance. So let's get going, because otherwise I don't know if we will be able to do this. I'm gonna be keeping an eye on my cheeks. So I think every single run, be it a win or a loss, if it's longer than 45 minutes, I would like to go out and take on my cheeks. Because it's so hot today. Alright, so single player, we unlocked the Defect the last time we played, so this is the 5th character. So as you can see, a little bit less HP than the Ironclad. It starts with cracked core, which means that you start every single combat with one lightning channel, which is an orb that deals passive damage every single turn. And that's it. Pretty cool character. I loved it on Spire 1, so let's see what it has in store here. So we could start with a Neil's Fury, which is 10 damage, and you recover some cards that you already used or discarded. We could get the Stun Humidifier, which means when you rest at a rest site, raise your max HP by 5, which is quite good. But we could transform 1 strike and 1 defend, losing 12 max HP. I do like transforming strikes and defense, because that means on one hand you get rid of a strike and a defend, and on the other hand you also get 2 potentially good cards. So I'm gonna go for this one. We get Compile Driver, which is a pretty nice attack, a Multicast, which is not my favorite, so these two came from the first game too. So Compile Driver is pretty good, a little bit more damage than a strike, and you draw cards. A Multicast, which is just X, evoke your rightmost orb X times. And evoking is, as you can see, consume your rightmost orb and use its evoke effect, which is usually the orb's effect but magnified. You do that X times, where X is the amount of mana you spend. The dog is giving us stuff because the dog wants the Spire to be slain. This is an outcast god, or ancient one, I'm not sure. So let's just go. Act 1 underdogs. I think I've only beaten this side act once. So this is Act 1, Side 2, I think. So let's start drawing. I guess the Defect has blue color. With dark blue, actually. So let's see. We want some elites, because this is Ascension 0, which means it's probably gonna be easy. So I can see here, bunch of elites, a shop. Here we have a rest side too. I like my events. Another shop. We could go for the early shop or just some extra fights maybe. I think I'm gonna go for the fights here. So let's just go. We may start drawing at some point. First enemy here, we get a sludge spinner, which is gonna attack and debuff us. Ooh, pretty cool illustration for dual cast here. So what I think we're gonna do is defend, sub to channel another lightning, and then dual cast to deal 16 damage. So we start taking 3 damage here, and we are weak now. But now we could multicast. Is that enough? Probably not. I think this is... Yeah, this should be enough. More than enough, actually. That was 24 damage. We start with an attack potion, pretty good. So here I love my claws, but I'm not gonna do a claw build here. I think I'm gonna go Gunk up. This one is new. 4 damage 3 times, add a slime into your discard pile. I think I'm gonna go with the sweeping beam, because this is just damage to everything and you draw a card. Oh, which drawings? Oh, the drawings inside the game. I see, strike. So let's go for some extra fights, because this means more cards. So this guy's Corpse Slug. Attack and debuff, these guys are ravenous. When an enemy dies, Corpse Slug immediately eats it, becoming stunned and gaining 4 strength. Okay. So we want to sweeping beam here to hit both of them. And then we want to probably double defend. Just not to take any damage. Here we want to defend. A single defend is good enough, I think. We can dual cast. And then we can actually just strike this guy and kill him. Yeah, because we have frail, so we would take 3 extra damage. So now this Corpse Slug eats it, gets stunned and gains extra strength. Okay, so we got the multicast again, but we don't have any orb. So let's sweeping beam. We didn't get an attack, but this Corpse Slug is just gonna debuff, so I don't know much about the ascensions. They just make the game a little harder, right? Yeah, and they stack, so that means that in Ascension 2, you get the debuffs from Ascension 1 and a new one. And on Ascension 3, you get another new one, so it gets a bit out of hand. So we could go with Shadow Shield, 11 block and 1 dark, which is a pretty powerful orb. Chaos, which is just a random orb, or Focus Strike, which is deal 9 damage and gain 1 focus this turn. This is actually new, and I like it. I think I'm gonna go with a Shadow Shield, because I like the idea of shielding plus doing something. No, the Ascension gets unlocked for just the character that you are playing at the time. So every single character has its own Ascension. And you're meant to beat every single Ascension with every single character. So let's sweeping beam to hit both of them. We could take some damage or just Shadow Shield. I think I'm gonna do the Shadow. So you can see this orb gains 6 damage per turn, but it doesn't deal damage until you evoke it. So we could actually dual cast here and then multicast the Shadow twice too. As you can see, pretty powerful. We kill both of them in turn 2. All for 1, this card I love. So it's 10 damage and you get to use all of your free cards again. Pretty good with a free card build, which the Defect has a build for. Otherwise, synchronize to focus this turn for each unique orb you have. That sounds pretty good. Also double energy, double your energy. This goes pretty well with our multicast, but I think I'm gonna go with the synchronize because that one sounds fun. Yeah, if they have a lot of classes, it makes sense that the ascensions are shared. So we could go with a sharp attack, which makes it so it deals 2 more damage. Could go with a an nimble skill, which gains us more block. And we don't have any power, so could go for an attack here actually. Maybe the sweeping beam, just give it 2 more attacks, sounds good. Alright, so let's keep going. That was a pretty good one. Another fight, we get a punch construct. So let's compile driver into double strike, I think. This is the most damage that we can deal. That was 22 damage. Love that animation, by the way. That's the old boxer. So now we can shadow shield to completely block the attack and just dual cast to deal 6 damage and also get rid of the lightning orb. We can actually shadow shield here and defend. We are frail, so we will be taking 3 damage. But we can actually take it. So we're looking for the multicast now, which we did draw into. So now we multicast and deal a lot of damage there. Lightning rod, some block, and 2 lightning. One next turn, one the other. That sounds pretty good. Hotfix just to focus this turn. Another shadow shield, that's interesting. So we could go all in on the shadow, on the dark orbs. I think I'm gonna do that because I'm liking the multicast with the dark orbs. So let's go to the rest side to smith something. This makes it so you evoke the orb once more. Shadow shields actually only gain 4 block. Synchronize doesn't get exhausted. Sweeping beam would deal a lot of damage. And dual cast goes free, which is also quite good. I'm not completely sure. I like the idea of multicast and dual cast. Also liking sweeping beam here. Shadow shield I don't like all that much, and synchronize is not gonna be all that good yet. So let's go with the beam. 11 damage to every single enemy sounds pretty good. Evil orbs. Hey B-man, what's up? Ooh, 2 punch constructs fighting. Treasure. Okay, so we can just take an injury and get a random relic, or we can fight them for greater rewards. So I think I can take on 2 constructs, although it's gonna be a bit tough. Oh, they do take some damage. I was expecting them not to. So that's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna go hard on the potions here. Maybe not all that hard. I think I wanna start at least with one of these. So potion of binding. At least they get vulnerable. So let's compile driver to draw one. And we can sweep in beam for 16 damage. And I think I'm gonna go with the attack potion too. So 10 damage. Card cost goes to 0. Another sweeping beam or synthesis, which is 14 damage. I think I'm gonna go with the sweeping beam won't kill this guy. The other 2 would, I think. So I think I'm gonna go with the momentum strike, probably. This should kill. And then it's a free attack. So let's not take any damage here. Okay, now we can Shadow Shield. And that's enough block, so let's just dual cast for some damage. And we have our Shadow Orb in the front row. So now we are frail, which is not great to see. We can only Shadow Shield once. So let's do a Shadow Shield and a Strike. We take some damage here, 6. But it's probably gonna be fine. Now we get the Momentum Strike again, Compile Driver, and just a Sweeping Beam. And we did not need a Shadow, the Dark Orbs. Okay, so we get a Dex Potion and Pocket Watch. Whenever you play 3 or fewer cards during your turn, draw 3 additional cards at the start of next turn. That's actually quite good. Let me check if we are recording. We are actually recording, so that's fine that we didn't start without recording, as sometimes have happened to me. So now, so we get a free attack that deals weak. We get a Strong Punch that draws cards and makes itself free when you get status cards. Or we could go with the Machine Learning, which is just a power that lets you draw extra cards. We're gonna go with that one. We have 3 rare cards already. So first Elite here. This is Jimmy the Hammer Valentine. First Elite here, Skulking Colony. Looks pretty cool visually. It's gonna attack for 14, which is a lot. Skulking Colony cannot lose more than 20 HP each turn. So this is more or less the mechanic of the heart from the first game. So let's Shadow Shield into Defend. We can start. We could actually multicast, but I don't think that's gonna be necessary. So it's gonna keep attacking pretty strongly. So let's Shadow Shield again. And Defend. Take no damage until it does something different. There you go. Now it's gonna buff, but deals less damage. So we can actually... We could synchronize. It's not all that great though. Let's Sweeping Beam to draw something else. Now we can double defend. I think that's gonna be the best. So next turn we still draw 3 extra cards. And the guy gained 2 strength. That's gonna prepare a big hit here. So I think I want to Shadow Shield into Defend probably. You know what? Let's the Explosion first to take as little damage as we can. We actually take 0 here thanks to the potion, and now we have pretty beefy orbs. So it's gonna take us 3 turns to be able to defeat this guy. But we only need to defend. Now let's Sweeping Beam first. Then we can Shadow Shield. So we take 3 damage. But at least we progress the damage on the guy. Thanks to the orb being evoked when you... So when you have more orbs than you can when you create a new one, the first one gets evoked instantly. So we can actually attack by defending now, creating dark orbs. Now this guy is gonna die to just a sap, which evokes our dark orb. First Elite, and we get the oldly Smooth Stone, which is quite nice on this blocking build we have going on. Sorry for the pauses between wars. So here we have Sunder, which is a pretty beefy attack that when kills gives you the cost back. Otherwise we could go with another Sweeping Beam or a Scheme, which is pretty good because it's draw 3 cards. I think I'm gonna go with the Sunder here, because we can draw a lot of cards and just a free attack sometimes. It's pretty good. a free strong attack. So first chest here, we get the meal ticket, which heals you when you enter into shops. Heals you for a good bit. Ooh, Terror Eel, Shriek. The first time Terror Eel's HP reaches 70 or below, it becomes stunned, and it's gonna attack for 16. So I think I'm gonna double defend into machine learning here, just to get rid of the machine learning. We take 4. It's gonna deal 9 damage and also buff itself. So let's shield plus strike, sap. Let's sap, it's gonna be more damage in the long term. Now we take 0. It gains 6 vigor, which means its next attack is gonna deal 6 additional damage. Okay, so now we want to probably just Shadow Shield and defend. Take 4 more. We evoke the lightning. Now we are preparing a very big Dark Orb here. So we actually don't want to Shadow Shield because we want to keep this orb. We could double defend into Synchronize. That sounds good. Because that way we take 0 damage. And we get to 4 extra focus, which means the orbs gain 4 extra damage this turn. So now we get, withdraw the multicast, and now we can just multicast X3, which is gonna be enough damage to stun the eel. So there you go, that was a lot of damage. And now we can just sunder it? Not quite, but we can sweeping beam into dual cast. That should be enough. There you go. We took some damage, but not a lot. So let's just grab the Juice Bracelet, which is great because now we cannot find regular enemy fights on event tiles. We could go for another Compile Driver. Bulk Cap, lose 1 orb slot, gain strength and dex. Not my thing. The damage and free power card that we saw earlier, I think I'm gonna pass on this. Don't want any of these right now. So let's go for the event. Is it really that difficult, Clover? The legends were true. Entering into a pitch dark chamber, a sudden light pierces the darkness from above. Illuminated before you appears to be a podium with a map on it. You feel compelled to take it. Suspicious. We can get the map, which is unplayable. Mark a site of 600 extra gold in the next act. This is a quest card. 600 extra gold is a lot, actually. And we are drawing a lot of cards anyway, so the curse wouldn't be all that difficult to bear. Otherwise, we'll lose HP and get a random potion. I think I'm gonna go with the map. That sounds good. Sadly, that means we're gonna have to take a predetermined path. Did you get less items too? So not the boss. This one is 4 guys. And for these guys, our... How was it called again? Our sweeping beam is gonna be pretty good. I think I'm gonna use this Neko oil here because we need to block urgently. At least we have a free defend, I mean. But I don't like anything else that we drew. Let's Compile Driver on this guy that's gonna buff. Then we can Shadow Shield. And we can Synchronize too. So we shouldn't take all that much damage. In fact, we should take no damage here. The boss pool is pretty good. It's HP or damage. One of the best pulls in the game. So as you can see now, we can just Sunder on top of this guy. We kill him for free. And we can Shadow Shield. We could just dual cast. We're taking no damage here, and the machine learning is not gonna be all that meaningful, so let's just get rid of the lightning orb. And that way we have our dark orb at the ready. Oh, that's true. Alt pad, let's see double take items. So let's just sweeping beam. Now we can just dual cast. It's not gonna quite kill both of them, but it should kill this one. Should make it so this guy only has 4 HP left. So 1 dead and 4 HP, and we can just kill him. Mathalet Skiff, gain 1 ritual. That's interesting. We got two relics here. Oh no, this is a potion, never mind. We get the red mask. At the start of each combat, apply 1 weak to all enemies, which is good. We could go for the focus. Could go for the frost. Or faster than light. This is free attack that draws you a card. If you have played less than 3 cards. I think I'm gonna go with the cool head because I like the orb build and I don't want to play all that many cards anyways. Some more block. Hyper beam, lots of damage, AoE, but we lose the focus. So here, I don't think I'm gonna use the Regal Pillow. I love the Anchor. But Buckle, while you have no potions, you have 2 additional decks. That sounds pretty good. But I like the potions. I think I'm gonna buy the Darkness because this is 1 mana. You channel 1 dark and then trigger the passive ability of all dark orbs. So you channel 1 and make them all grow. And this is pretty good in a Darkness build, which we kinda have going on. So let's buy it. Now I'm thinking I'm gonna buy the Anchor and remove a card from our deck. That card's gonna be probably a Strike, which is not too enticing. That's an item made for me because I hate consumables, no matter the game. But that sucks. Potions in this game are super strong. So our 4th elite, is this the 4th? Yeah, this is actually the 4th, so we don't even need to defend. Let's just dual cast. This guy is a bit annoying because we cannot one-shot him, but he has very little HP, so we can just Shadow Shield into a sap? Is that smart? We cannot block anyways. Let's just machine learning just to make it easier to find our dual casts and multi-evokes. So we can now Darkness into Cool Head into... We don't have a block actually. I was counting on a block. So let's Synchronize, which gives us 4 focus, which means this Frost Orb will give us 4 extra block. So we still take some damage, but at least not as much. Now we can just Shadow Shield to evoke the orb and deal 20 damage. Now we can defend, and we should take no damage here thanks to the Frost Orb. Oh, in fact, that was overkill. Now we can... I think I want to Cool Head again. I want to Cool Head, so that's the 20 damage. Now we can Darkness. And we defend. So we take 3 more damage, but this means next turn we can just kill him. And we're doing pretty good on HP, so let's Sunder. So I'm not afraid. Unholy Orbs. Ooh, another attack potion. A Embrace. The first time you gain block from a card, each combat double the amount gained. I mean, not the best, not the worst. Storm is pretty good in a power build, but we don't have a power build going on. We could go with the lightning rod, just channel some lightning. Is that great? I don't know. Let's keep on this one. Now we can smith. Let's see what the darkness does. So it triggers the passive ability of the Dark Orbs twice, which sounds pretty powerful. Thunder just gains a lot of damage. Shadow Shield some block. Synchronize, doesn't get exhausted. I think I'm gonna go with the darkness here, and next time I'm gonna go with the multicast. Hey Ash, welcome back. Yeah, literally strike. Ooh, Soulfish. Enemy intends to give you 2 status cards. Alright, so let's darkness into Coolhead. Into Sap. Alright, so we have a 24 damage darkness orb right now. What was that one again? It's Bacon. At the end of your turn, if this is in your hand, you lose 6 HP. You can actually play it, but if you don't, it deals more damage than a burn. So let's play it and double defend here. Ooh, thanks to the Band Brace, we take no damage. Lily fishing. So it's gonna give us another bacon probably. Let's play the bacon. I want to darkness and block, but we don't actually have a block here. So let's darkness machine learning and just get rid of the power and draw an extra card. Although this is gonna make it so we draw more bacons. And it's gonna buff, so it's our time to do something here. So let's cool head first. Now let's beacon. Let's synchronize to gain some extra focus this turn. So our plan here probably is use our darkness again, build like a 50 damage dark orb, and then multicast it. Or we could just darkness here and multicast. That's not gonna be enough though. Not quite, so I think we're gonna use the double bacon probably. Let's get rid of them. And we can just wait on the multicast. So we draw a lot. We can actually sweep in beam to draw that bacon and just get rid of it. Now we wait. We don't have all that many cards for the amount that we are drawing anyway, so we only need to find the thing that we did not find. Can we kill though? I don't think we can. We're gonna take a lot of damage here. So the thing is, we could dual cast. Wait, can we kill? I don't think we can. So I think we're just gonna play the 3 bacons, take a really big hit here, and next turn just try to cast our 70 damage. Yeah, there you go. So now we can multicast this 66 damage Shadow Orb or Dark Orb 3 times, and we kill the Soulfish. Yeah, the sad part about drawing a lot of cards is that that guy almost killed us. Ooh, Genetic Algorithm got turned into a rare. This was an uncommon card, so this is gain 1 block, permanently increase this card's block by 3 for the entire round. So, Trash to Treasure. Whenever you create a status, channel 1 random orb. But you have to create this status. So now the Defect has a status side thing going on. Or Creative AI. I actually like this card. It's a bit costly at 3, but you get random powers every single turn, and that can get out of hand. I think I'm gonna go with the genetic algorithm here. Ooh, Weird Eye guy. I think it's the first time that I see this guy. Puppet. Puppet. All the way up here. Take this. Take. Orobas, Living Rainbow. So we could upgrade 6 random cards, which sounds pretty good. 4 potion slots filled with random potions. Also sounds pretty good. Or transform dual cast into quad cast. Ooh. Man. That sounds incredibly good with our build. I like that this seems to play into your initial card, so I'm liking that a lot. Let's get the quadcast. Now we can upgrade this. Maybe it's free too. Whoa, this can be super powerful with our Dark Orbs. Yeah, the art is also pretty good. Pretty cool looking. Yeah, 6 cards upgraded sounded pretty good, but quadcast is incredible with our build. So let's look for elites. We can fight 3 elites. Oh, here's the chest with the treasure. That's great, because we don't need to choose a specific path. We can go anywhere. We're gonna go through this shop here, I think. We're gonna get a lot of gold anyways, so might as well take a look into a shop instead of a regular fight. Quadcast plus is 0 cost indeed. I butchered that so hard. I love the anchor, man. First turn we take no damage thanks to it. Wanted to compile driver before doing that, but I guess not. And also the nice thing is we're gonna get rid of that map. So we want to genetic algorithm now every single fight, because it just gains block forever, and that's great. So we can genetic algorithm, we can cool head and synchronize, because we want to beef up this orb and just quadcast it. It's gonna be so much damage. And the guy's borrowed. We get the quadcast, we only need something to evoke the orb. That is insanely good. One lightning, just one lightning. Faster than light again. I don't want any of these. Let's skip. I'm liking this build a lot now. So let's start with the darkness, and we cool head, and then we defend. Because I don't want to take any damage. I guess it was overkill again. We would have taken no damage. It stole our darkness. Escape artist tries to escape the combat after 4 turns. Okay, so the guy stole exactly our darkness, which sucks a lot, because we want to use that darkness. So we have to... We can just kill him here. Sadly, we cannot use the genetic algorithm, but it's not the end of the world, because we can shadow shield into quadcast, and my god, quadcasting a Dark Orb is insane. He looks not beautiful. Ah, the guy on the left, this is the Defect. He's a robot. So let's take the darkness back, because I'm kind of counting on it. We could go with the chaos. Sounds fun. Compile driver could be good. Beam cell, I don't know, maybe we don't need the chaos. Like, we don't need to add more cards to our deck right now, unless there are darkness cards. So let's grab the potion. It's probably better than the gift. We don't get much out of rituals anyways, because the bulk of our damage comes from the orbs. Don't slay the Spire. Currently playing my second Slay the Spire 1 run, and it's called John Day. So we have John Slay, John Day, and next one will be John Spire. Welcome to Wongos. Welcome to Wongos. We have what you want at Wongtastic prices. This is the least enthusiastic clerk you have ever met. Peruse your wares and enjoy your time at Wongos. They continue without even looking up. 100 gold for a random common relic. Or downgrade. Let's pay the gold because I don't want to get our card downgraded. And we get the blood vial, which is not the worst. 32 Wongo points. This actually sounds like it exists. Like it's not random text. So let's go. Now we don't want to go to the shop. Although we could still get rid of a car maybe. But I don't think we're gonna have enough money anyways. Couldn't hurt to take a look anyways. Why did you downgrade a car for living? Good question. Play Balatro sometime. We could play Balatro. I would like to make a new save file for that though. Let's sweeping beam to hit the 3 of them. Then I want to quadcast. It's just too powerful not to do it. It just killed the dude. Now we can darkness. So we take 1 damage, which doesn't matter because we had the blood vial anyways. Now we can defend because it gets double. Then we genetic algorithm and then we machine learning. Just try to draw into our quadcast again. Pretty funky animation too. So we take 6 actually. But this gets done now. It doesn't really matter. We can shadow shield into just a strike, I guess. Next turn, we are guaranteed to either draw the quadcast or the other one, the multicast, so or both of them. So let's just quadcast and kill them. What was the star guy's name again? Rogue? Which one? Which star guy? Oh, I know. No, I don't think it was Rogue. Glacier can be nice. Block and 2 frost. So that's a lot of frost or a lot of block. Do we want it though? Probably not. We have a lot of block anyways. So let's keep going with our good stuff. Shop, at least we heal, although we don't need it all that much. So we cannot remove, we cannot buy anything really. Hotfix sounds fun, but it's not like we need it. Ecoform is so good. I always think it's super costly, but if you manage to play it, it almost wins the fight by itself. I think I'm gonna leave. I don't want to buy anything. Yeah, everything is so expensive for us. So the hype guy, Hentomancer, gonna attack for 14 damage. And whenever it is attacked by an attack, it does so we can synchronize and defend, and that's it. Could in fact synchronize, defend, and just multicast. That way we have our rightmost orb slot free for the darkness that we draw right here. So let's darkness, could quadcast right away and deal like almost 80 damage. That's a lot of damage. But I think I'm just gonna defend twice here. Just let the shadow orb, I keep calling it shadow orb, the dark orb, just let it grow a little bit more. Now we can darkness, genetic algorithm just to use it, and machine learning, because next turn our quadcast will actually do the trick. Sadly, we did not draw it. We could multicast, but it's not gonna be quite enough. We would be like 9 damage short, I think, so we could also triple defend and try to minimize the damage we take. Guess we're gonna do that. Sadly, the quadcast was here. Yeah, last card. Just for one, just one more draw. I didn't get to see how much damage we took, but now we can... Darkness, look at this damage. That was 280? No, 240. So we could get a speed potion, which I guess is better than an attack potion. So this can save us in a pinch with some extra block. Gorget at the start of each combat gain 4 plating, so this is even more block. We have a pretty blocky build. Feral, the first time you play a 0-cost attack each turn, return it to your hand. That sounds pretty good for a 0-cost build. I'm excited to get to play one of these today. But Sequence is just an innate block card. Should I go for the double energy? I don't know, we have a bunch of block. Maybe. Now we can upgrade the algorithm, maybe? This gets more block. We could upgrade the double energy for it to be free. We could upgrade the quadcast for it to be free. Could upgrade the multicast. I think I'm gonna go for the quadcast here, since it's a card that I want to play every single time I draw it. Yeah, that was a lot of damage. Okay, so that means that we got rid of the map. Now we have a lot of gold. That's great. It's insane to think about dualcast not being all that great, but as soon as it's 2 times that, is insane. So we get the pendulum. Every 3 turns, draw 1 card. Another draw engine. Pretty good. Okay, so we're going for the 2 elites, obviously. Two mites. 2 status cards and some damage and a buff. Let's Genetic Algorithm and Shadow Shield. Yeah. Multipliers are super good. Toxic, at the end of your turn, if this is in your hand, take 5 damage. Could just Darkness, Sub, and Quadcast, and that may be enough. That's gonna be a lot of damage. Let's Sub, then we Quadcast. Not quite enough. So we're gonna take a bunch of damage here, sadly. We cannot do anything, really. We could use a skill potion. Sleep, a lot of block. Chill, 1 frost for each enemy. Or Cool Head, 1 frost. I think I'm gonna go with the Leap, just gain 10 block, get rid of a Toxic. So we take 5 damage here. Not the worst. Let's just double energy and do a lot of stuff. So we draw 2. We can Sunder. This doesn't kill. So let's Cool Head. Cool Headed. Then we Synchronize. And then we Machine Learning. But this Might is dead next turn no matter what. Hey, welcome back home, Ash. Let's Sweeping Beam. Let's just Darkness and finish the fight. That kills. So Beetlejuice. Pretty funny name. Enemy's attacks deal 30% less damage for the next 4 turns. That's super strong. So, Uproar, deal 8 damage twice. Play a random attack from your draw pile. Hotfix is just to focus this turn. Or Meteor Strike, which is cost 5, deal 24 damage, channel 3 plasma. Sadly, we cannot play that. We don't have a way to play that outside of upgrade the double energy, and that's too niche to think about because we don't have any plasma going on already. So let's, maybe we can grab the hotfix. Like, I mean, we're drawing a lot. It's a late game already, not quite, but we're close. So we can already Shadow Shield here into Synchronize. We shouldn't take any damage here. And next turn we're gonna draw a lot. By the way, this is the first one, so I played it at low speed, but next ones we are gonna have to play them at higher speed. So let's double energy. Let's hotfix. Let's cool head into sub because we need to quadcast here. Now we can just block the rest of the damage, I think. Now we need another darkness orb going on, so we can kill this one in the middle. And then we could either Shadow Shield or Darkness and a Defend. I think I'm gonna go with the Shield because it's more block. Again, we take no damage, luckily, but this guy is gonna regenerate. Let's go with another Shadow Shield. And a Defend. Not to take any damage. This other guy regenerates now. So we didn't do much, really. But we still didn't take any damage. If only this could kill. We can actually Shadow Shield and Quadcast and kill both of them again. And we take no damage, so we can just strike. Next turn, we can kill this guy with any evoking. So we can Darkness into Sap. That kills. Okay, I don't think if we even took any damage. Ooh, War Paint is pretty good here, so this upgrades 2 skills, and most of our good stuff is skills right now. So let's see, Glacier, we said we didn't want Boot Sequence either. Sweeping Beam, no, so let's just... Okay, so we upgraded the Genetic Algorithm and the Synchronize, and we can upgrade something else. Which is gonna be... The hotfix, upgrading it makes it so it doesn't get exhausted. Cool Head is, I think, 2 cars. Yeah, 2 cars. The double energy would be 3. I think I'm gonna finally upgrade the multicast. That way we can use it even at 0 energy. And we found the Infested Prism, which is not great, honestly. This guy is not super strong. So all skills are tainted too, which means that you take additional damage from attacks whenever you use them. So let's use our Darkness because we need to. And then we can just Sweeping Beam because it's more or less free. And Defend, not to take any damage. Maybe we don't need to. We can just strike, although this orb is gonna kill by itself probably, so let's Defend. Yeah, we love free upgrades here. Now it's just a single attack, so we want to... Genetic Algorithm, because it's an insane amount of block. Machine Learning, just to draw something else. We can hotfix and quadcast and still take 0 damage, and we get rid of the lightning. And also deal a lot of damage too. This is gonna be 40 damage. So it's nothing to scoff about. And now I actually don't think I want to do anything else because we played 3 cards and I want the extra... Oh, we played 4. We played 4. Okay, so now I'm gonna Shadow Shield. This time every single card we play will make it so we take 6 more damage. But at least if we play this one, we take 6 less damage. So we're gonna take 9 here no matter what, I think. And we can just strike the guy. Although that doesn't do anything. We're just waiting for the quadcast now. Oh, it was 7 damage. There you go, there's the quadcast. So the darkness is here, so we could actually try to draw it first. In fact, we could sap into compile driver and that makes it guaranteed that we draw the darkness. But then we have the sap to worry about, so I think I'm just gonna sweeping beam and pre. And we did draw the darkness, now we can play the darkness. I think we didn't even need to do that, but just to get better at the game, it's better to always play optimally. Compact, gain 6 block, transform all status cards in your hand into fuel. This card is insane. Oh my god. Not only is mana, it's also... they replace themselves. That sounds great. Let's keep this reward. Another event, and it's the Eye Guys. So enchant and attack with Corrupted. Deal 50% more damage, but lose 2 HP or just transform. Let's kill the guy with fire and transform a strike into something else, which is a faster than light. I guess we don't want to play 3 cards, but we'll take it regardless. Yeah, 200 damage. Even then, without the darkness, it would have been almost enough to kill him from full HP because it will have been almost 160 damage. 152 to be exact. So we want to upgrade something. What though? Maybe the cool-headed, because we don't really need the rest, I don't think. Yeah, it's better to have access to it than not, but we don't really need it. Let's machine learning, get rid of it. Let's cool-headed. We're basically looking for the darkness card at this point. Because we need to get some darkness, some dark curves going on. So we can quadcast. We're gonna be playing more than 3 cards anyway, so let's FTL. And we can darkness. We can genetic algorithm for 42 defense. And let's synchronize to make that shadow orb or that dark orb to grow beefy. Because we're gonna try to one-shot this guy. 28 damage. Okay, let's double energy. And we could shadow shield twice. But I think I'm gonna synchronize, frantic escape, hotfix, and shadow shield. That way we shouldn't take much damage. In fact, we only take 1. And we will have to try not to get eaten alive. So let's FTL. I'm gonna frantic escape once and then sap. Because I want to move this orb to the right. And I don't think I'm gonna play any more cards this turn because I want to draw with the pocket watch. So this doesn't quite kill yet. But it would deal a lot of damage. Okay, so this kills. So we quadcast. And then we multicast. Yeah, that was insane. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, 42 block. It's because it scales the algorithm and then the bump race doubles it. Because it was our first block. Team Creator Maker. How do the Dark Orbs work? I don't understand. So as you create them, they start with 6 damage. And then every single turn, they grow 6 plus your focus. So they keep growing, and they only deal damage when you evoke them. And you can evoke them by creating new orbs or by using cards like Quadcast. And the thing is, they grow pretty big and deal a lot of damage. And when you Quadcast them, they deal their damage 4 times. So they deal a massive amount of damage. Oh, nice. We got our first bot in Twitch chat, so let's ban them. Give me a second. This is gonna take a lot of time, I feel. How did you ban the bot again? Here, and then we can veto the guy. Alrighty, so let's keep going. A lot more gold. We almost have 1,000 gold right now. That's insane. Signal boost. The next power you play is played twice. Trust the treasure. We saw this, but we don't have status cards or buffer. Prevent the next time you would lose HP. This I like this card. Let's grab it. So you can basically suck them with almost any amount of damage and then Quadcast it. Yeah, that's the play. Ooh, new guy again. That's what we have going on for us right now. We want to like build us 50 to 60 damage Dark Orb and then evoke it 4 or 5 times. Hey Deadman, what's up? Deku, the first demon. Give yourself to me and you will be feared as much as I. Whispering Earring, gain 1 energy at the start of each turn. Baku plays your first turn for you. That doesn't sound great. Seared Talon, add 2 random curses with 3 wishes to your deck. Put a card from your draw pile into your hand. That doesn't sound good. Or Choices Paradox. At the start of each combat, add 1 of 5 random cards into your hand. Add retain to the chosen card. That could be decent. I like the extra energy, but I don't want Baku to play our first turn. Do I? Do we need the energy even? What would it give us? An extra cast in multicast? I don't want Baku to play our first turn. I'm gonna go with the Choices Paradox because I don't want the guy to play our turn. 2 elites on the right, and that's it. We have a shop here, so we could try to focus on shops since we have an insane amount of money. Although 1 extra shop means 2 less elites. But shops are gonna be probably more relics. Because we could buy like 2 per shop. I think we're gonna take this path here on the right. Then we get 2 red sites. A shop, another one. And it's also gonna be a quick one because I'm going to eat after this run. Freaky a spider. Was it even a spider? Ooh, the 2 dudes. Okay, so we could go... Hologram is pretty nice. Hologram is pretty nice. I think I'm gonna grab the hologram here. Although... I don't know. Yeah, let's grab it. Anyways, so let's double energy. Shadow Shield. And we can multicast. That way we get rid of the lightning orb. We take no damage. Is there any limits to the dark orbs or do you just suck them as much as you want? I don't know if the limit is 999, but that would be overkill anyways. This is already 25 block. That's a lot of block. We can go hard here. So let's FTL. I think we're gonna use the hologram maybe for the FTL again. We're looking for the darkness. We're gonna genetic algorithm for the defense and hotfix probably, since we already played a lot of cards. So we're gonna take no damage here. Let's just machine learning. That way we make it easier to find what we need. I have a question, go ahead. We can now darkness, quadcast. Oh my god, it's so good. Fortifier, I like this card. Do I like it better than anything else? The strength potion probably. Pincel we don't need. Let's skip. Grave of the Forgotten. Add the key to your deck, enchant a card with that exhausts with Soul's power, which means that it doesn't get exhausted. Or obtain the Forgotten Soul. Whenever you exhaust a card, deal 1 damage to a random enemy. None of these are great. But one is free, the other one adds. I guess the genetic algorithm would be insane without exhausting, now that I think about it. We could just sit inside a fight and farm infinite block. But we don't really need to. But it's literally something we could do right now. Capacitor is pretty nice in certain builds. Storm again is pretty powerful. I don't want any of these, but I think I'm gonna go with the power that we can just get rid of. So we can genetic algorithm, swimming beam, and capacitor. As playing as Lilith, and during imagination memory, I see random items, and after that boss and during room. What's even imagination memory, Ash? Oh yeah, probably the... Now I know what you are talking about. We can double energy, we can Sunder on the guy that's gonna deal the most amount of damage. That's free. We can FTL. Use our darkness. Cool head. Then we could compile driver on this guy. We could synchronize and quadcast. Ooh, that's great. That was a lot of damage. Another cool-headed. Tempest doesn't have exhaust. No, I think it used to. Do I want another cool-headed? Probably not. I think we're fine. Ooh, the automaton that you have to kill 3 times. Spinner. At the start of your turn, channel 1 glass. That's a new type of orb. Deals damage to all enemies. Decreases damage every turn. Also, this is an orb that you want to channel and then use as soon as possible, probably. I think I'm gonna go with the FTL here. Just FTL, sweeping beam, and cool-headed. We can end the turn, we take no damage. We need to kill 3 of these guys, though. Now we can Shadow Shield and Darkness, I think. So we take 2, but we gain 2, so we're gonna take no damage here. In fact, we gain more thanks to the plating. Now we can genetic algorithm. We have 2 FTLs, but I think I'm gonna machine learning. And yeah, let's FTL just once. We want to draw that machine, that genetic algorithm. I mean, we want to draw it a lot if we can. We could Shadow Shield and Quadcast. That does kills. So we get rid of 1. Oh, the next one takes damage too. That's something I didn't expect, honestly. Then let's synchronize him in. Let's try to grow that Shadow Orb. That can be pretty good if we draw into the quadcast or multicast. That also works. So we can evoke this little guy here 4 times. That should be enough. There you go. We don't want any of this. Let's just go. I want to try those glass cars at some point, though. 3 dudes. A punchy punch and 2 cubics. Shatter. Deals 7 damage to all enemies. Evoke all of your orbs twice. That sounds good. Hyper Beam, though. Ice Lance. Deal 19 damage. Channel 3 Frost. We're gonna take no damage. Let's go with the Shatter. Then let's double energy. And we can do Shadow Shield. Synchronize and Shatter. That was a lot of stuff, but not a powerful turn. So now we're gonna take a lot of damage here. Let's FTL and Shadow Shield plus defend. We will be taking a beefy hit here. 9. Now we can genetic algorithm take a little bit of damage. Now we can darkness and quadcast. Yeah, that kills 2. We could even hotfix and multicast. I mean, hotfix doesn't do anything here. But we could steal multicast. Doesn't kill, but it's gonna be close. Now we can just Sunder. I wanna be quick here because we cannot take 2 hours on each run. So don't want any of these. Maybe a hologram. If we can draw it and use darkness twice, that would be great. So let's smith an upgrade. Maybe the double energy. Or maybe the hologram. I mean, 1 cast of hologram is good enough. Let's upgrade the E energy. We get a chest with the bag of marbles, which doesn't give us much here on this build. We get to smith again for the hologram now, I guess. So that's more block and it doesn't get exhausted. We heal up for the shop. So Bashra doesn't give us much. Lava Lamp at the end of combat, upgrade all card rewards if you took no damage. I mean, it's more or less free. Jackpot, deal 25 damage. Add 3 random circus cards into your hand. I think I'm gonna just remove the decay and buy the lava lamp. I don't want anything else if I'm being honest. And even the lava lamp is not great here. Let's smith the buffer, maybe. The hotfix. The driver. Not sure here. Maybe the machine learning. Now let's make the buffer. Yeah, you can remove most curses. Not all of them, but most of them. Let's go gambling. Could have been great if we didn't have this specific build. Refract, retain, deal 9 damage twice, channel 2 glass, and we started seeing all the glass now at the end. Let's just go for the hologram because we retain it, so we can buffer. And defend? No, we have the plating anyways, so let's strike. We take no damage and we draw a lot of cards. Yeah, the big bird. And look at this, we can now double energy, darkness, hologram the darkness back, darkness again, hologram the darkness back, and use it a third time. We can now just quadcast and multicast. Would you look at that? That was insanely good. Throw a glass shard into the bear's eye. It's already dead, I'm sorry to tell you. So, compact doesn't work for us. We don't have status cards going on. 10 damage, draw 5 cards. Okay, this one is good with a 0 cost build, but we don't have any of this. Let's just skip. And last shop here, we heal to full HP. Jackpot again, we may go for it. Another shadow shield. Sadly, there's no darkness inside, so tuning fork. Every time you play 10 skills, gain 7 block. That's actually good. Pantograph, you heal up at the start of each boss combat, but we only have 1 boss left and we're full HP. We could go with the energy potion instead of the speed potion. Or the fortifier. Could go with the heart of iron, which is probably better than the speed potion. We have money to spare anyways. Let's grab that, the tuning fork. The sling of courage doesn't give us much anyways. Let's remove our last strike. And I guess we could go for a shadow shield, but it's not the greatest. Let's just go gambling. The shadow shield, yeah. Monopoly board. Let's smith. What does the jackpot do? So that's 5 more damage and the 3 cards created are upgraded. Sadly, this isn't exhausted, so we probably don't want to use it all that much anyways. Let's just upgrade the... I mean, I don't want to upgrade anything, but let's upgrade the jackpot. What's this guy again? Eon Glass. Gonna attack for 26. We get our choice here. I don't want any of these if I'm being honest, but let's get the buffer. So this guy was Withering Presence. Every 6 cards you play, add a Wither to your hand. And we don't have a way to deal with those. And has 1 artifact. Luckily, we have a Shadow Shield here. We can actually double energy. Because I want to Shadow Shield, then I want to Darkness. Then I want to Hologram the Darkness back. And use it once more. Now we can end the turn and take no damage. This guy has a lot of HP. So now we want focus. So we can actually buffer plus. And there's the Wither. So we need to defend here, not to take any damage. I mean, probably we did not need to defend. Now we have the orbs going on. That's great. Because we can now quadcast. Do we want to quadcast yet? I guess we want. We're gonna take no damage here anyway, so let's quadcast. What we don't want to do is FTL. And we buffer. And we do nothing else. Let's synchronize, just for some extra damage. That was a lot of damage, but is that good enough? We will take no damage here if we play our cards right, because we have one buffer. So the next instance of damage is gonna get countered. So since this triggers the passive, if we hotfix first, this will make them even bigger. Alright, we had 3 Withers though. We need to defend. Defend, and we're gonna take some damage. So instead, let's... Heart of Iron would make it so we take no damage anyways. Let's do that. And we pass to keep our Pocket Watch. We take 0 damage thanks to the buffer. And now we could... We could multicast for 4. Is that good? That would be good, but that would be great. Otherwise, we could hologram for the... Hologram for nothing. I don't want to use this Shadow Shield either, so we could defend, synchronize, and hologram, just to hologram, just to gain 6 block. Like, we want to one-shot the guy anyway. One more darkness and then quadcast when we get it. The problem, even if we would darkness, is that this orb would channel itself. Although it wouldn't be bad because this one would deal the same damage. But here we can quadcast for a pretty beefy hit. Ooh, that almost killed. Now we can just FTL and Sunder. Okay, that was pretty good. He's the Architect. Random Garbled Lions. Oh, he wants to get repaired. I don't know why the Architect wouldn't repair the Defect. What sense does that make? Since the Defect started as a construct inside the Spire. Alright, so that's the first one. It took a little bit of time. We got some unlocks, that's great. And I'm gonna miss that quadcast. It was super strong. Hello, hello. Oh, that's pretty. My name is Flo. Ooh, these are good. These are the Defect specific relics, so this one is insane. Start each combat with 1 focus. Focus is one of the strongest mechanics in this game. Symbiotic Virus, this could have been great for us too. You channel 1 dark. at the start of the fights. And this, the first time you channel 7 orbs, each combat deal 30 damage to all enemies.